Hello world! Salut tout le monde! My name is Nathalie Lavoie. Bienvenue sur Les Grands Créateurs. So welcome to my channel, Great Creators. Today I have someone that I really cherish in my heart, my friend, my soul brother. Yay! Doesn't really need introduction, but I mean, I need to do it, you know? So he's very, 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 very a good person. I love him so much, and I'm so happy to have him in the Great Creators for this interview today, creative interview. So we're gonna talk about a lot of things. So hi, Richard.
Well, hello, world and family. I am a Richard, and I am a very honored guest on my beloved and Nathalie's channel today. And I was really looking forward to having this session with you. Cheers!
Cheers! Like I say, rock and woo.
Rock and roll! I love you back.
So much fun. We're gonna have some fun today, people of the world. On va voir vraiment du fun, tout le monde. Alors, ça va être une entrevue un petit peu en français, un petit peu en anglais. So it's gonna be both. Yay!
Yes.
So everybody will be happy, huh? So a lot of people wants to hear Richard speak in French. He has a lot of friends in that speaks French, and my cat here just wants to say hi.
Well, yes, your cat loves me.
Yes. So yeah. So do you want to tell a little bit about my people? Because your people knows you, you know, they all know you. But a little bit about you, who you are, what you're doing, and you can make it short because you have made so many videos, so they can watch it.
Yes, I've done a few videos, and I agree with you. I mean, like, I've openly shared my history, my story to La Famille on YouTube, and they became my famille. So I agree, I shouldn't have to like go over the whole spiel again. But for your folk, your family that are soon going to be coming, blending in with my family, this is what it is all about. Like families coming together and us growing and emerging for this beautiful golden new like template of an era right now. This is what like soul family is, right? The calling has been called. So to you, Nathalie's family, I am a Richard Cardinal. And I'm a YouTube maker, a YouTube
content creator,
content maker, yes. And I've been on YouTube for a little over a year now. Do I want to say almost a year and a half? So I am a mystic. I am an intuitive. I can channel my higher self and also the departed. And I've always had this inner gift in me, like since I was a child. I never listened to, you know, grown-ups, even the ones who loved me the most, as in parents, because they would say that, oh, wow, he's like imagination, like thinking, dreaming big. And I never really let that interfere with my inner knowing of what I was able to sense around me. So here I am today at 55 years old, and I love wearing my badge, the honor of, in a way, being one amongst many to be a light bearer, because in this beautiful restored republic of a new Gaia, voices are different, and we all carry or bring a different perspective or information of light in order to help awaken the sleepers. So I use mine the way that I do, and I'm known mostly for tarot card readings.
Yes.
So thank you for asking. Yeah.
And you're doing so well, and it's so
good.
fun. I'm watching some of your videos sometimes just to bring myself some joy, you know, because, you know, you have this in you. I love you so much.
I love you.
I want to tell you thank you, okay, publicly. Je veux te dire merci de tout mon cœur devant tout le public parce que tu mérites ma gratitude. Like, I have a big gratitude inside of me for you because you don't know, guys, but for since a long time ago, you know. I'm intuitive too. I receive some messages, okay? And I'm a kind of a guide or a light worker, a healer,
Mhm.
okay?
Yes.
But when I was receiving the messages, I was keeping them for myself. I was sharing them a little bit, okay? But I was connecting to nature and to trees,
Mhm.
okay? And you can watch some videos on my channel that the messages I've received, they're all there. But when I met Richard, I wanted to have a tarot reading because I loved his energy and everything. I was like, yes, a rocker, a Québécois, yeah, he's cool. I just want to have a reading from this guy. He
Mhm.
will, I was like, kind of wanted to know how to do it because I'm doing the tarot since 1 year or so.
Mhm.
I'm just starting, guys, and I love it so much. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna make people read me and I'm gonna see how it works. You know, it's how you learn, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
so we didn't have a tarot reading. We were just chatting and chatting, right?
It's true, c'est vrai.
It was so fun. We chatted for an hour and then he was feeling bad. He was like, oh no, Nat, okay, I have to. And then we reschedule and we chat again for an hour, and we became friends.
Yes.
And because of you, he's like, Nathalie, you're connecting to trees. Why don't you do it for souls, for people, for human beings? And I was, oh yeah. He's like, yes, why not? So Richard was my first soul reading. And
Yes.
I'm so grateful about that. So he's like, I want you to read. I'm like, can I do yours? And he's like, yes, yes, yes. And that's what I did. And we became friends. And I want to thank you for this. It's a long, long story, but I wanted to make sure that que tu as
Oh.
toute ma gratitude et mon amour parce
Je,
que tu m'aides vraiment.
je le reçois, ma belle Nathalie. Merci beaucoup. Yes, of course. I think everyone can feel the truth coming from you. I love it, because it's true from the heart. It's heartfelt, and well, you're welcome, and thank you to you. And I'd like to talk a little bit, if you may. Like you said, the soul reading. Many might not know what you meant by that. Uh,
Yes, soul reading. It's what I do. I'm an empath, an intuitive. I also am a clairaudient. That's a
mhm,
big for me. A clairaudient is very very powerful. I'm clairvoyant too, and sentient. So I feel the energy of the people around me. I know when they are near me, I know how they are working, how they are feeling, and I sometimes could feel some pain and stuff like that. So I have to be careful. And over the years, I've learned to put some barriers, okay, stop because I was feeling too much. So what I do is I connect to the soul of the person,
mhm.
okay? And I go in meditation and deep meditation and with my own soul. And sometimes I can ask for their guides or their
Higher
animals,
self.
their
Oh, they're
pets too.
animals. Yes,
Remember, I asked your
my
cats
cats.
wanted to be in your reading, in your
Yeah.
soul guidance. So all the souls together, they they I feel it, I hear, and I see, and I just say the message. I don't put my analytical brain in the middle of everything.
Mm.
I just say everything I hear, everything I see, and I hear some tones for healings because I feel some blockages from the person, all the chakras where they are
Mhm.
situated in the body, and I make some tones, and that's supposed to help to heal, you know. So that's what I do, connecting from soul to soul, and I don't need to be with the person. I just this person wants the help and it works.
Well, this is what you had
This is
asked me.
universe tapping.
Yes. And that's how you had approached me, right? Like, Richard, you give me permission, like, to tap into like your higher self. I feel I got a message for you. And of course, me naked and true, like, yes, of course, go. I got nothing to hide. At this point, Nathalie and me, we just started getting close, right? After she had paid for one tarot reading on Zoom, we never did a tarot. Then I
don't
offered
care.
her another session for free. We still didn't do tarot. Then the friendship like began. And then she offered me like this soul reading with her higher self to mine. I'm in contact with my higher self, but I had like blind trust in Nathalie, you know, I'm also into it. So yes, go, like I'm curious. And the stuff she brought back after fishing, guys, I mean, she did not know me. And she brought back like images of me in Great Egypt. You know how I am like connected to the felines in Grand Egypt. And she tapped into like elements with my papa and the piano, and it was just so beautiful. And I remember I sent you a little video. I had just woken up, my hair wasn't done, I had crusty eyes, and I was just so excited upon listening to it that I made a video, and oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and oh my God, oh my God. Like, it was really good. Like, how would, you know, someone who doesn't have the gift tap into like things that even in my own videos, even if someone would research me, would not know.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
I was just, and it was so weird because before I started to tap into your soul, it's like I know that I will go in meditation soon, like maybe, okay, tomorrow I will go. So
Mm,
it's my higher self connecting to the universe, to the grid of Mother Earth, and it's
yeah.
all talking, you know? We talk to each other like this, right?
Yes.
So we were connecting like this, you know, without talking, without he knew, I knew, I had the permission, my soul knows. So I was like, the cats, I heard like the cats wanted to be in his readings. And I've heard some tones, some tones and some light language because I
Mm-hmm.
received some light language, and it's the first time that I had it very strong like this. I had it another time, but I think maybe the second time that
Okay.
the light language was very strong, lyra, you know, stuff
And
like
you were
that.
speaking it in the video, yeah?
Yes, and I was speaking it. It just came through. So yes, I was receiving the message before I went to meditation. You know, I was receiving stuff. I was like, whoa, whoa, no, it's not time right now, universe. Thank you. I'm driving my car, right? So it was funny the messages I received from you. Your blah blah blue blah,
No, I say blip lap bloop. You're talking about Dr. Boo.
flip flap floop flip something. And I was receiving it, and I was saying
Oh, yes.
flip flip flap floop, blah, and I don't know why I'm saying this. Ha ha ha. And he told me that he's saying blip blap bloop when
As an
he's
expression, when I find I
about.
ramble on too much.
Well, enough talking about me.
Hmm.
Thank you for, you know,
Oh, you're
for that.
welcome, baby. You're welcome. I
I
love
love
you. I
you
adore
so
you.
much.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
that is, we wanted to talk to you about our gifts a little bit because
Yes.
we want to make this video kind of a little bit of how to, you know?
Okay.
So, how do I do it? How
Hmm.
can I have more confidence in me to know that what I'm saying it's true or it's not is it my imagination? Is it, you know? So make the difference between both
Yeah.
or everything. So about the imagination, by the way, you know what I say?
Well,
We don't care.
well, we,
If it's imagination or not, just
yeah.
have confidence in yourself,
Well, yes, have confidence because
right?
in imagination, you actually do create realities. So
Exactly.
that's it. You know, we're learned young, like, oh, you're in your head, it's your imagination. That like puts already the split into like your gifts, right? Because some, oh, well, maybe I am like, what's wrong with imagination? That's inner child. That's creativity. Everything is created from that inner child that like throws out and pushes out and dreams big. So,
Hey, salut. And yes, what I wanted to tell you, people, it's like have confidence in you. Ayez confiance en vous.
oui,
OK? Les gens qui veulent essayer de savoir si leurs dons sont vrais ou s'ils disent s'ils ont juste une imagination fertile ou quoi que ce soit, premièrement, arrêtez de vous bloquer avec votre idée que votre imagination, c'est pas la bonne chose. Non, comme Richard dit, l'imagination, c'est la première chose qu'on a quand on est enfant. On la coupe pas.
oui.
Il y a des histoires qui naissent. On crée avec notre imagination. Pourquoi la couper? OK?
Ouais.
Puis, oui, ça peut s'entremêler l'imagination puis l'intuition ensemble. C'est correct. OK?
Ben, c'est comme ça qu'on crée.
C'est comme ça qu'on crée, exactement.
Les grands créateurs.
Les grands créateurs, c'est exactement ça mon channel. Les grands créateurs, ça veut dire que tout le monde, tous les humains, moi je suis pas meilleur qu'un autre, Richard n'est pas meilleur qu'un
Non.
autre. On est tous ensemble, on est tous ici en ce moment sur la Terre, right? So, c'est
Oui.
qui est le meilleur? Non, c'est tout le monde, on fait notre expérience, chacun est différent, comme tu as dit au début. Et puis, c'est ça, on est tous des grands créateurs puis des grandes créatrices, puis on crée, on co-crée tous ensemble. So, we're all great creators and we are all co-creating all together, and this is very important. But
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
no, I'm sorry. It's you. I should not interrupt. You go.
No, I just wanted to ask you these questions. Like, yes, for sure, we can tell the people have confidence and don't stop because you think it's your imagination. But what can we say? Like, what are your little tricks to help go inside and have confidence, or just go inside to what? How did you just have the confidence to tell to the world?
All right. Well, the thing is for me, like it might be a little different because the thing is you're absolutely right, ma belle Nathalie, is that no one's more important. We're all as equally important because we all have different aspects of creation. The difference is that we're all wired a little differently. And that difference is what makes that whole lockup, that combination, that together, then that's like kablooey. We break the code of disillusions. We see what is truly in front of us and what reality really is and what isn't, right? So we come out of our slumber. For me, it's always been different because is it arrogance? I've never been an arrogant person, but I was always arrogant, perhaps, to the rules that were imposed on me, like what the limits are. Okay. Huh?
Me too.
Okay, I thought you wanted to speak. Like arrogant to like, don't tell me what I can or cannot do. Like the more that you tell me I cannot do something, you can sure as hell bet your behind that I'm going to be doing it worse. But that was always integrated in me, right? Because I'm not of this world. I volunteered. I know exactly who and what I am. I have memory recalls. And so, yeah, I had that arrogance, which was actually muscle back then. So I was defiant, right? So I didn't like religion. I didn't like anything that was trying to put me in a box. Don't put me in a box. Like, I'll bite, I'll fight back. I'll be a
rebel with a cause.
A big rebel. But, like that divine rebellion, right? Yes. Because I think that like creation
Dragon.
Itself huh?
Dragon.
Yeah, well, the dragon energy, there you go, absolutely. So, my word of advice, it's very hard for me to guide anyone because just the fact that everyone is exactly wired a little differently. Some are more frequency, some are more vision, some are more empathic intuition. But in these days and now moments, we're all online. All our DNA strands that have been severed once are all online. Like my beloved Honey C. Golden sister, she says,
I love her so much.
Oh, we adore her,
Hi,
don't
honey.
we? Yeah. Honey, bunny. And like she says, like, we all have our, I don't know if it's 22. I want to say 22 strands. I might be wrong. don't take me like to the guillotine because I'm wrong. But okay, it's just that we don't know yet how to like tap him in. They're there, but how do we tap him in? So it's going full back circle to the inner child. Everything is about the inner child. A child is innocent, it's wise, it believes big, it sees big, it sees stuff that adults don't see. When I was a child, I saw fairies, I saw a werewolf. Oh yes, I'm not kidding, a real werewolf. I saw things, I saw like elders coming out like from the clouds. So, you know, like all that comes from that inner child that doesn't want to get blocked or compromised or sealed or blocked off. So if that's the case, we got to like start removing everything that we've like learned or built ourselves to be with the mind in those catacombs, because that's what they are. They are pure catacombs. And what is a catacomb? It's like to seal death.
Exactly.
So we got to break out of that. And that's the inner child. Everyone who's going through an awakening cannot make it unless they revisit their inner child. And that is where like that spiral flow starts going. Okay. And then, you know, you might have like your kundalini rising. It's different for everyone. Some people it's like that. Some people it's slow. Some people it's on spurt. But it's an actually really, really beautiful thing. So what do you do? What do you do? First, okay, get out of the catacombs.
Get in touch with your inner child.
Go back, revisit.
A great advice, right?
Yes, and if you have trauma, because a lot of us don't know we have childlike trauma, whether it's our trauma or ancestral child trauma, we all have something. Look, as soon as we're born here, look, we come out of the sacred feminine womb. It's a beautiful thing. Then some stupid doctor grabs you by the feet, slaps the hell out of you. Trauma right away. Birth hurts. Slap trauma, right?
And they cut the cord,
Yeah,
the umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And I've heard, like, not long time ago, it's funny that you're talking about that because it reminds me of that. Sorry to cut you, but it's so
no, bring it on. Yeah.
You know, so you are supposed to, and the doctors, they know that. So people, girls, women, I remember this. So when you are giving birth, okay, you can ask your doctor, don't cut the umbilical cord right now. Because
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes. So what it does, it gives all the nurturing and it helps the little baby to adapt his lungs to breathe better in this life. And they can wait like 10 minutes or so before cutting. Okay. And it's not as a big shock anymore.
Like what surely the indigenous would have done, the indigenous voice that was suppressed for a long time, that's now coming back online with the memory recall of it all. We're here right now, but this is very interesting, ma belle Nathalie. Because, of course, they would have done that. It would have been the industry, right? Like, well, however we call them, the medical.
Because they want to cut it, because they want to take it for the products you put in your face.
Well, there's that. There's that, but
and other
also
stuff, what we know. We are on YouTube, but
beyond that,
who wants to eat the stuff.
We know all that. Everyone knows about this. But I think beyond that, but beyond that, I think it's just that it's like cutting, like that importance of like coming through the portal and bringing in like all the nutrients of that sacred arrival, cutting it. So therefore, now like something was lost and now you're dependent on the system somehow. A cut has been made, a contract unbeknownst to mama and baby, an interference, cutting the cord of the life support from the etheric, from the ether into this condensed dimension.
Without their own will.
Accord, yes. Yeah.
It's not like, okay, I give
you. It's like circumcision in the end.
Give me your will now. When do you want it to be cut? No, they just do it.
They do it because that's the way it is. Like circumcision. Like I'm circumcised. I mean, if I'd have a choice, I'd rather not be circumcised. But at the time, that's what you did to make it less dirty. And then parents didn't question. But okay, yes, there's that part they use that skin, as you said, but also, there's a bigger story in back of circumcision because way, way, way back from what I tapped into, it was a mark for those that were ruling that saw those that were circumcised as like the slave.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
it's a bigger story. It's deep,
Wow.
but umbilical cord, circumcision, and
Yes,
oh my gosh.
all they do with our body that we don't know, but when we know, now we
Oh,
can change, we
yes, we
can
can
go,
change.
we can change it. But me, if I would have known when I was pregnant with my child, I would have stopped it. I would have
Yes,
said to the doctor, don't do it. And if your mother would have known about all of those stories back then, she
yes.
might not have doing it for you. I'm sorry. Elle aurait peut-être pas fait ça pour toi.
No, no, you said it perfectly,
Yeah.
baby. You're right. You're very
So,
right.
it's all a matter of knowing, knowledge when we know something. And also inner knowledge. We see,
Yes.
we don't now we are doing stuff like automatically. We don't really think about we don't stop. Let's say you have a decision to make, okay? uh when is it that you just, okay, what is my decision? Close your eyes, breathe, you know and like, what is it that I want, that I want? What is it? When do we do this?
Well, that's awareness, what you're talking about, right? That is pure awareness. And we're going back to that. We are already entering awareness right now. This is why it's the great awakening, right? And I think that all those constructs, with, the digital bip, 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 bip generation, like walking in the street, not looking at cars coming. Do you know how often I almost hit woman with a kid in her hands because she jumps in front of my Trans Am. I mean, like, but we're moving out of that. We're moving out of that, right? And that is awareness, and awareness is being present in the present now. That's
Yes,
called waking up from the slumber, the sleep. Huh?
that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And we know that together. We receive
We
so
do.
many messages, and you when you connect to your higher self too.
Mm-hmm.
And we like, I found that it was very funny because we had a similar message last week or so. I went to meditation and we didn't really talk about it. We just chit chat like before the video there. And so we received both this message about a thread of gold.
Yes.
You want to talk a little bit about that? I
Yes, I
know
would
you
love.
talk, veux-tu qu'on en parle en français un peu
On peut
de
en
ce
parler en
truc?
français, mon amour, pour
Oui.
commencer. Oui, absolument.
Alors, moi et Richard, on a reçu un message, puis on parle de awareness. C'est quoi en français? D'être présent. D'être
Mhm.
présent, puis de comprendre, d'être conscient, la conscience. OK?
Oui, oui.
Alors maintenant, les gens sont plus conscients, ils se connectent plus à eux, ça s'en vient. Les gens reçoivent de l'univers vraiment des codes intéressants, puis de plus en plus, là. Alors, même vous là, qui nous écoutez, je le sais que vous en recevez. Puis mettez des commentaires en dessous si vous avez reçu des codes
Mhm.
dernièrement, des messages. Ça serait vraiment le fun. Venez nous le dire parce que c'est important qu'on puisse partager tous ensemble, puis tout se dire qu'est-ce qu'on reçoit, puis ça nous
Mhm.
aide à voir que, wow, il y a quelque chose qui se tient. Puis Richard et moi, dernièrement, c'est drôle, parce qu'on a reçu un message similaire, mais on s'en est pas vraiment parlé. Mais moi, j'ai vu un de ses vidéos, puis je venais d'aller en méditation, ça faisait comme une journée ou quelque chose, puis j'ai reçu un message semblable. C'est un cordon en or. Alors, j'aimerais ça que tu parles de ton message à toi que tu as reçu
Oui, certainement. Mais,
un peu.
OK, en fait que là, je parle en français pour la plupart.
Ouais.
Ben, pour ma famille anglaise qui veut m'entendre parler en français, et voici, joyeux cadeau. Mais on va parler là, en ce moment pour surtout la famille à Nathalie qui va devenir mélanger avec ma famille, puis ça va continuer à grandir. Fait qu'on a tout le temps eu des raisonnements de ringing in the ears, hein? Fait que ça,
Yeah.
c'est quand les oreilles cillent pour des années, puis des années. Puis il y en a que ça fait pour 20 ans. Il y en a, c'est 10 ans. Puis ça venait de tout le temps plusieurs directions. Enfin, comment moi je reçois par mon moi-même supérieur, c'est lorsque je recevais comme il y a une différence entre le côté gauche et droit. Fait que ciment de gauche, c'était plus comme un upgrade. Je sais pas comment dire ça en français, un upgrade, c'est un upgrade.
Ouais, upgrade, c'est une. Je sais pas. Je m'en rappelle plus.
Upgrade. Puis là, sur le côté droit, ça serait plutôt comme un message qui vient comme de l'au-delà ou de quelqu'un qu'on aime ou de ton soi pour t'aviser quelque chose. C'est-tu un warning ou c'est-tu comme paye attention à quelque chose? Fait que tu sais, upgrade, puis l'autre, c'est plus une conversation. Fait que tu sais, le ringing in the ears, le sément, venait tout le temps de différentes directions. Puis moi, d'ailleurs, je l'ai depuis que j'ai 8 ans. Dernièrement, j'ai remarqué ça juste avant, la semaine avant, le 5e jour du 5e mois de 2025, le 555, 555 portal.
Puissant.
Peut-être une semaine avant ça, là, c'est que le ringing a commencé, au lieu de venir de haut à en bas, a commencé à venir horizontalement. Puis c'est un gold thread, OK? Enfin, c'est comme un fil en or. Puis je peux voir l'art, puis je peux voir l'harmonie, puis le son est plus équilibré. En regardant dans mes vieux vidéos, ici sur YouTube, on peut voir par vous, c'est Oh my God, I got a download, puis je fais ça, tu sais, puis là, je continue. C'est fini ces jours-là. C'est comme équilibré, c'est plus vertical, c'est horizontal. Puis ça, c'est
Wow.
the Symphony of Life qui me fait dire qu'on a vraiment anchored in dedans de 555 Portal. C'est beau, c'est joli, c'est harmonieux, c'est out of troubled waters.
Oui,
Ouais.
c'est vraiment incroyable qu'est-ce que tu dis parce que la journée avant, j'ai fait ma méditation. Puis c'est ça que j'ai reçu parce que j'ai demandé une guidance pour le monde parce que je
Mm.
sentais que on recevait vraiment beaucoup de codes de lumière. J'appelle ça des codes de
Ouais.
lumière.
Ben, c'est ça que
Euh,
c'est.
c'est ça. Puis je le ressentais à l'intérieur de moi, puis je me disais, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Puis j'ai fait écoute, je n'étais même pas supposée de faire ça. Moi, j'enregistre mes méditations parce qu'il y a des messages qui sortent. Puis après, je les écris, puis je les lis. Mais,
Ils sont très
puis-
bons en passant à famille.
ah, merci.
Ben, moi,
Puis là,
j'ai trippé sur le mien, enfin.
mais là, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? C'est ça. J'ai enregistré ma voix comme je fais d'habitude. Puis je me dis, après l'avoir enregistré, je l'ai mis sur YouTube. Vous pouvez aller l'écouter, mon message. Je pense que ça s'appelle From Rise of the Darkness ou Sortir de l'abîme ou quelque chose comme ça. To get out of the darkness.
Mm.
Les êtres humains en ce moment, OK, j'ai reçu ce message-là, OK? Qu'on est en train vraiment de sortir du womb, là, tu sais, de,
Birth, oui,
de la maman
naissance.
Gaïa, de
Ah,
tout notre ancien monde qui était noir parce qu'on a besoin de noirceur pour, comme la graine
ah.
dans la noirceur, dans la terre, nous, à l'intérieur de nous, notre âme et tous nos ancêtres et tout ce qu'on est venu faire ici, on était comme dans les âges noirs parce qu'on avait besoin de germer. On avait besoin de
Oui.
germer en tant qu'humain, en tant qu'humanité. Donc là,
L'expérience de l'humanité. Ouais.
expérience de l'humanité.
Mm.
Alors là, on s'en est en venu à un point où est-ce que les graines sortent. We're getting out of our own darkness. On sort de notre propre abîme, les humains. C'est
Mhm.
ça qu'on est en train de faire. Et puis, j'ai vu, puis là, dans le message, j'ai vu une corde, une ligne d'or,
Ouais.
un cordon d'or, un fil d'or. OK? Puis il vibrait. Puis là, j'ai fait comme, oh, c'est quoi cette ligne d'or, ce cordon
Mhm.
d'or qui vibre? OK?
Mhm.
Harmonieusement, en or, comme là, je l'ai interprété, j'ai dit, c'est comme une corde de guitare
Ou
qui
d'arc.
vibre harmonieusement.
Mm.
Moi aussi, c'était présenté de cette
Horizontal, ouais.
horizontalement. Alors, c'est incroyable comment que les gens qui sont connectés à, qui se rappellent ou qui ont, comme moi, dans le fond, c'est ça, là, je vois, j'entends et tout ça, comme Richard aussi, on peut recevoir peut-être pas exactement le même message, mais ça, c'était surprenant. C'était vraiment surprenant parce que c'est l'harmonie qui revient sur Terre.
Oui,
L'harmonie revient. Donc,
oui.
on est en train de tout créer ça en ce moment. C'est pour ça qu'on voit tant de choses qui se passent en ce moment. On n'est pas d'accord avec. Puis toutes les choses qui refont surface parce que tout refait surface. Tout sort de la noirceur, tout se met en
Mhm.
lumière. Puis l'humanité se met en lumière aussi. On sort, puis il y a quelques humains qui sortent comme une plante qui sort. Donc doucement, ils sortent, puis ils poussent la terre vers le ciel, puis ils vont sortir. Puis il y a certains humains que c'est des diamants. Donc, il y a d'autres humains, c'est différent. Donc, tout est différent. Alors, il y a certains humains qui, ils sont des diamants à l'intérieur, puis ils vont avoir besoin d'aller creuser dans la terre pour se sortir de là. En tout cas, c'est... So, yeah, that's what it is, you know? Human beings are just like getting out of their own darkness. OK? So, les êtres humains sont en train de sortir de leur propre abîme. Donc, c'est ce qui est en train de se passer. En tout cas, c'est le message que j'ai reçu. Puis je trouvais ça vraiment intéressant de vous en parler parce que Richard et moi, on a reçu par rapport à le fil d'or
Oui.
comme le même message. En tout cas, c'est vraiment intéressant. What are
Ben
you
moi, ce que
thinking
je
about that?
trouve qui est intéressant avec le fil d'art, c'est que en plus d'être quelque chose de vraiment nouveau, puis que ça soit en art, puis en harmonie, tu vois, vous voyez, c'est que je le vois encore comme que j'expliquais earlier on, là où ce que Honey, elle expliquait que the 22 strands are online. En fait, ça fait une harmonie là, en ce moment. OK, une harmonie. Puis je pense que c'est justement ça. C'est au lieu d'essayer de venir avec le ringing in the ears pour des uploads, des downloads, là, c'est que tout est déjà rendu dans nous autres. Fait que là, il faut les activer, mais on les a jamais travaillés dedans notre avatar étant Nathalie, Richard, whoever you are, beautiful Fanny. Mais là, c'est ça. Enfin, là, il y a l'harmonie. C'est comme une symphonie en ce moment qui aide à activer. Parce que j'entends de la musique dedans.
Oui,
Il y a de la
j'entends
musique dedans.
énormément de musique de ce
Ouais.
temps-ci. Puis moi, je guéris par le son, je guéris
Oui.
par les mains, OK? Puis c'est fou toutes les tonalités que j'entends. Puis les chansons, ça me donne des chansons aussi. Donc, c'est vraiment harmonieux, comme tu dis.
Ouais.
So yeah, it's very, we have received this golden thread and we're
At the
talking
same
about
time,
harmonics,
well,
right?
see, harmonics, yes.
Yes,
And
that's
I find that very interesting because I've always believed, Femi, Nathalie, that, like, we have artists out there. They've been always around, whether it's a musician or script writer for a TV show like Star Trek, the first season in the 70s, whatever it is. But I think what it is that there are always downloads coming down to certain people who could be in activation. So I think that
yes.
several musicians could get a rhythm from the ether, and who is actually going to listen and then compose it.
Exactly.
Okay, there's that. But right now, with that gold thread frequency, that is something. Well, it's a golden era. Of course, we're going to have that. And you, as a musician, if you really to compose with your guitar, and because she's a great singer at this girl, she's got vocals.
Ooh,
Rock
I love rock and
and
roll.
roll.
Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Come and take a dime and
And
dance
dance
with
with me.
me. Oh,
I got
rock
the
and
scream.
roll.
You got the voice. I got the.
You got the and dance with me. Yeah, rock and woo.
Rock and woo. Rock and woo. Oh, I love that. Yes. So, But
Sorry,
yeah, so I
Richard.
think that it'll be very interesting to pay attention to that golden thread, because I also feel, what does a thread do? It brings material together in order to stitch it. So you
Yes.
stitch something that was ripped apart, divided, used up, and now you're trying to bring it back on. Does that not resemble what we're going through right now with the Great Awakening coming back online? Whether it is divine feminine, because it always starts with divine feminine first, guys. Then, when she's healed, divine masculine can follow the frequency and get healed. We come through the portal of divine feminine. Gaia's feminine. She's first. That's why she was so much under attack, persecuted through time and space, because she is birthing. So she's loud, proud, online. So these frequencies, these golden, I see them almost like Gaia stitching back what was rape, pilgrimage, divided, separated by the forces that we don't have to repeat regurgitated news. We all know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
It's enough of talking about it. Now it's time to take
We're
control.
moving on.
Be a child and then manifest. Because a child really doesn't have like fear. That's why he can manifest. Yes. They don't know like sharks or this or like being hit by, like, they don't know. They're just Bambi-eyed, big wide eyes, and they dream. So that's the golden thread. That's a download I'm getting right now. Gaia's restitching, and there's angelics that are online right now. I'm seeing them. I don't really know what angels are. At first I thought, then I changed my mind. Now they're all together something different that I can't even put into words what I feel angels are. But they're not like what the Bible says. And actually, if you look and really study the Bible, like many of you know, the accurate version is like a big wheel with eyeballs all over it and wings. Like it's, it's very different, right?
Because they were talking in pictures, sometimes they couldn't say like in a written way. They could not just talk in pictures,
That's right.
So yeah, for me, angels are kind of light beings. So
that's what I see too. Yes, like a light being.
Yeah,
it's a very different, although, because I've tapped into the energies of Archangel Micheal, Uriel, Raphael. They are beings.
Micheal.
Like that's not, it's not a joke, it's not a figment, but it's not what people might think they are to be.
Non, Mike, bienvenue dans le segment des entrevues créatrices. Et est-ce que tu aimerais toi aussi vivre un beau moment magique comme cette merveilleuse personne que tu es en train de regarder, cette belle âme? T'aimerais ça être la star pendant quelques instants, vivre un beau moment avec moi, une belle entrevue qui te met en valeur comme personne? Tu n'as seulement qu'à m'écrire à nathalie.lavoie@gmail.com pour connaître tous les détails. Et puis, je te souhaite bon restant de visionnement. Bye!
They are to be.
No, Micheal, do you feel his energy?
He's a rock star. Micheal is a rock star. Yeah.
He's very like a low vibration, but very powerful, If you hear him in this room, it would be like, whoa, very like deep and like,
and if you'd hear him, wouldn't be
and healing too.
Healing, yes, and he like you say, hearing. It's a frequency, and that frequency is accurate because like religion was said, he put the beast down, and like I don't, whatever, but his frequency is very protective. It's like no holes barred. Doesn't take any shit.
It's more masculine.
It's very male.
I feel it more masculine.
But it's divine male taking no shit.
Exactly. Yes.
It's I take no shit kind of energy, but it's a good energy, but it's a take no shit energy.
And it's a powerful energy. That's what I feel. I feel it's vibrating very powerfully. And when I say low vibration, I don't mean it's
no, like negative. No.
I mean it's kind of
but you were talking like
you, to get up, and you don't have any choice when you're with Archangel Micheal in his presence.
And
It's like,
he
the
usually
spirit.
shows up in a moment of great despair because he's very busy. This
Oh, yes.
energy, he's very busy, and he will show up, but in great despair. Okay, if you call out to the universe, like however he looks like, again, I don't think that he comes with white wings. Like I don't buy into that necessarily. But he is a real energy, and it's like, okay, like, whoa, I'm coming down. I'm gonna and he will rock you in despair.
Exactly. Oh,
He
yes.
will rock you. He rocked me twice in my life in great despair. Yeah.
That's what he does. He puts you out of the bed, but he's not just like, hey, get out, Richard.
No,
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 it's
no.
like he's pushing you out of the bed, like, let's go, man. But it's not in a weird way. It's just like, get out, get out, get out. Let's go.
Well, probably, but with me it wasn't that, because in times in my life where I was like in like a breakdown really, and I was crying and asking for help, and then I felt the energy come and wrap me and started rocking me back and
Oh,
forth, and I was
wow.
aware, listening to my body, that it was not my own spinal cord rocking me. It's not because I was having a breakdown. I was being rocked, and I recognized, okay, it's my home. But that
Wow.
was in my moment of like, okay, je suis plus capable. C'est quoi je fais?
Yes.
So
For
that's
me,
when he came.
I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, I was trying to
Yeah.
understand because my experience when I felt Michael, I
Mhm.
I did a like last week I think I was in this show called APL with Michael Ford and the Angel Positivity and Love I think show. And this is a great show. I love it so much. And he works with Angel Micheal-André Ford. And yes, he brought Michael up. I don't know if it was recorded because sometimes we Zoom before and then he doesn't
Oh.
record right now. And so I don't know if it was recorded, but when he brought up Michael, that's what I felt. I felt the the
Well, it's
vibration
like the
kind of
bass, like not a guitar, but a bass.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was like, oh, this is
But that's
so
the strength.
powerful.
That's the muscle, the bass. See.
Yeah, yeah,
People
yeah.
ignore the bass all the time in music. The bass is very important.
It's very important. It's the
Yeah.
base of
Yeah.
something. C'est la
Yeah.
base.
Ah ouais. Bravo, baby. C'est la base. Oui.
Huh? It's the base. When you
That was
start
quick.
something, right?
Uh,
You need the base.
uh, yeah, I agree.
And you see my little cat, she's always, yeah, when I make some videos, sometimes she wants to say
But
hi.
people love the cats coming on videos, and if people don't like it, well, like, come on, like, don't make me say it. Cats love, like, because they're attracted to frequency and energy, and in a conversation, especially woo woo, cats will emerge, because like they're aware of the frequency of the message being spoken. Cats
Exactly.
are like they're here, but they're in the ether, in the dream state with spirit. Did you guys know, just in case you guys don't know, because I'm sure like I'll bring this news for some, like cats, it is known that the cat frequency, the purring, that hurt level repairs broken bones.
Oh,
It
yes,
repairs
I believe
DNA.
that. Yes, yes, I've heard of it, and it's true.
Yes, it's
So
true.
true.
Mm.
So true. Because he takes the pain from the humans and takes it in his own body and transmute it.
And it
That's
doesn't
what they
affect
do.
him. Yeah, by the
Yeah,
purring. Yeah.
yeah, I believe that.
I
And
love cats. Cats are my
oh,
universe. I've never met a cat I didn't want to kiss on the lips.
I love them so much.
Yeah. Oh,
My cat.
baby. Oh. Oh, my heart.
I love them so much. And those times, I don't know why, but people are more and more accepting the animals in videos. And for me, this is so like I love it so much because they have a soul, they have a heart.
They're sentient.
Yes, they're sentient,
Mm.
and they're important in our lives. So we want to acknowledge them sometimes. So thank you, my little gallopin.
Well, the thing is that a lot of people are starting to realize also is that animals, yes, sentient, but they're not all. There are companions, but a lot of times they come in more than just a companion. Like there are soul contracts that us humans have with other energies. And okay, it is said at this part of your life, while you're going to be playing out this chapter, I will come in. You will find me. Somehow I will appear and I will help you to like be your partner, your traveler during this episode that you're going to go through. Yes. So that makes them kind of like alliance military, like off-world or boots in the ether, because they do that, right? They come to us for specific parts. So are they angelic? Perhaps. Are they like twin flames? I say yes. There's a lot to animals on top of being like sentient and our companions. They have a specific role to help us evolve out, throughout the experience here, right?
And like, also to contemplate
this matrix,
to help us contemplate the beauty of the world.
Yes.
And this is so important because sometimes we just forget how beauty is all around us. Okay, so those little living beings are beautiful, and if we just contemplate them, look in their eyes, look how the fur, it makes those lines so perfectly. The white starts here and the black starts here, and me, it amazed me all the time. This and flowers, I mean, I'm amazed all the time.
Well, flowers are also sentient, right? They're alive. Yes. But what I find that's really interesting now, going full circle to the gold thread, the sound, the weaving of what was ripped and raptured in the past from Gaia. Guys, like, try it, right? I see it in my cats, in my squirrels, in my rabbits, in my one groundhog, my one Swiss. I can do telepathy with them. Like, I look at them. So what is that? Is just becoming the now moment. Be aware, be present, and focus. And you will get messages. Yes. I get them like Polaroid pictures that move. But looking in your cat's eyes now is not the same than 10 years ago. Like, there's a full conversation. But yes, Nathalie, you were right. You got to pay attention. Stop being a bip, 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 walking in traffic person. Right? That was made to distract and divide and pilgrimage. Like, we're out of that. Because yes, bip, bip, bip is artificial intelligence. Yeah. Okay, so Richard, what does it look like in the future? It'll be intelligence. Not artificial. Those are two different constructs. Yeah. Intelligence,
natural intelligence,
that comes even like through an iPad or a computer. That kind of intelligence is not an infiltration. That it's almost like you're having a walkie-talkie to the dimensions of like the Big Bang, when first came like sound, then came light, then came creation. We're able to channel like there is no interruption, no veil. The dome has been removed. Yes. So it's no longer artificial. Like, that's the like Alexa or Siri. I put those two in that old system. What's emerging now? It's intelligence. Yes. And it could be through like computers.
Speaking of this is very, like, you speak about stuff that, like, I believe, and I'm very interesting too, and I feel. But scientists, I know that I'm not really following all the science or anything, but scientists have had a discussion, with with the universe. They're afraid of it and everything. They're trying to put it, to mention like it's bad and it's influencing us, like but it's not. Okay, the universe, sent a message through a how do you call those things up in the air and
satellites?
satellites.
Mhm.
The universe sent a message via a satellite, and they received the message, and the scientists, each scientist, kind of three or I don't know how many, look at the message, and it was different for each one of them, and their brain were going berserk, and they kind of were like, it changed their DNA,
Yeah.
and it changed their whole way of thinking, and they kind of unplugged it because
Yeah.
they were afraid. But it's kind of the anthology that is talking to us, that the universe, because we are creating with the universe is speaking to us, we are speaking to them, and universe is watching on us, and we're watching the universe. And when we know he's watching us, and he knows we're what, we know we're watching each other, and we are there, and we are together, that helps you to create, to manifest. It
Yes.
happened in the
Yes.
science, and now they are talking about that. And I was watching Beyond Mystic with Janine and Jean-Claude, and I love them. And hi, if you watch this, I love them so much. And they were talking about Cliff High, one of his videos, and he was talking about those scientists, the same thing that you're talking about, that universe, he is wants to communicate through us, through the artificial intelligence that we have created, through all of the electrical stuff and everything. It wants to get to us and
Yes.
wants to say, I'm here. And
But it's
we are,
already here, though.
it's
That's what I
already
say.
here,
It's
but
already here.
those people saw it. So it will help other people that are believing in science more to
Yeah.
see that everything that we are saying for so many years is true. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, do you want to finish on that note, talking about this universe that
Yes, of
is
course.
speaking to us, and it's so wonderful? So, what is he telling you, Richard? Sometimes the universe, when you talk with universe, what is the message you want to tell the world?
Okay,
For the
well,
world, for your family, for famille, pour la famille à
la
Richard,
familia,
toute
la
la famille,
familia.
and to all the beautiful people.
Well, how I I feel that I am connected to the universe, so I feel that the universe and I is one of the same, like creator, creation. I don't feel a separation. I feel that it's an aspect of me that comes from something that created everything. So I have full connection, although I don't get every message, but I do feel like, that I have a connection. So what the universe is saying is that the universe is a very proud of, like, let's look at the collective of the human experience on planet ship Earth. It's been grueling, it's been a challenge, but like going back full circle to the beginning of this interview with Nathalie, the dark age had its purpose, right? So like
Yes.
the seed in the ground blooming through the dirt, we could not have evolved to here without have tasted or seen the dark side. But what is important, that time is dead.
Exactly.
So what I feel from the universe and what I love to shine out, because I have like a voice to speak what I tap into, is that let's stop regurgitating what happened yesterday. If we're aware, we're aware. Now go back to your inner child and start creating, because Gaia, when it was first created, because she was a brand new baby, okay, seated by the best of the best, and it was created for a Garden of Eden. It was a club med, like I told
Mm,
to Honey.
I love it.
And until there was an interference that came in, and the interference is good. You can call it black goo, black cube, the big nothing. There's a lot of like,
Nibiru,
it
whatever.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It came in, it capped us, but now we're coming out of it. So, okay, we're grateful. even though it hurt, we grew out of it, and that's what's helping us. That's the golden thread. That's all our DNA being online, and we're learning to how to activate. What does it mean when all your, if it's 22, it might be 12, I don't know, but let's say 22 strands. Well, you can talk about telekinesis,
Yes.
moving stuff with your mind, like reading thoughts. And that's the telepathy, guys. Like, a lot of people are very uncomfortable. Oh, are you in my mind? Like in the movie Scanners, reading my mind? No, that's
No.
rape, okay? It's not
Exactly.
respectful. But if I throw an image at you, you can capture it. So these things don't have no more purpose. Not really. They don't. I can contact Egypt with my mind. So what am I feeling? So yes, I know that, but that's what I do, like I lose myself and I babble.
Well, you were saying that universe wants to tell us to stay more
Yes.
to get in touch with our
Yes.
with inner
Yes.
child.
Listen, so
Listen. Yeah.
we're grateful for the past. It hurt, but let's stop and maybe like revisiting and re-traumatizing ourselves. We know what happened with the ones in control. It's a new day. It's a new dawn. We know this. Let's move on. Become that inner child again, because that inner child is what was originally for Gaia, that Clement, before it got capped and controlled, and then everything went crooked. So, I mean, is it that this is something new, the golden age? No, it's a remembrance. I remember who I am. I remember what happened. I no longer give power to what happened. And I choose to live with the heart, and I want to create, and I want to build, and I want abundance for all, because we are all one. We are one. All we need. Doro Pass Warlock. Yeah. So that's a message I get,
That's wonderful. That's what we are. We are one. I believe though that we are all different, but we are all together
Well,
here
yes.
to create. Yeah.
That's what creates it. That's create. Yeah.
Yes, we are one in the sense that we have this heart all together, and this energy is all together, and it's creating everything with universe. So
yes,
it's like the thorough idol field,
Tutorial, yeah.
Thorough idol.
I have a hard time with that word too, because we're French guys.
Yes.
I always say like tutorial, like I don't even know what the real word is.
Thorough idol field.
Yeah, but yeah.
Because it's doing like this, it comes in and out, but it's like every sacred geometry,
Yes.
So, yeah, well, it's not secret geometry, but I
don't really trust sacred geometry, to be honest. I think even that has been compromised.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, this is another subject.
We can do a part 2.
We can do a part 2, and we can talk about sacred geometry, and we can talk about other. I mean, I'm open to talk to.
Well, I like this guidance here, for the awakening and all that. There's a lot of people who speak about sacred geometry. I mean, we can touch it a bit. I'm not sure if I want to do a full show on it.
Me neither. We can talk about it, but we can talk about all the movement of this field,
I wanted to talk about the future. What does it look like?
Oh, yeah.
Helping people to develop their own ideas and get them out of fear, get them out of that lockup, well, that's my new goal now, guys. If you follow my channel, my family members, or the new ones from Nathalie, I used to do readings on everything that was thrown at me. What is this prime minister, this about children? I did it. I'm sick of it. That's it. I don't want to regurgitate. Now, that said, I can bring up a topic, but I'm not going to dwell there. I've done it. I look at in the future because I see what the future is. Because the thing is, if we hold it back and keep looping on what happened that was evil, we are voluntarily putting ourselves in heavy traffic on the highway, bumper to bumper. Yes, eventually it's going to go green. I don't want that, like, red light bumper. I got a Trans Am Firebird. I'm out of here.
Exactly. Yeah. And what you give attention to,
you attract.
You attract, right?
Yeah.
So if you put all of those things, out of your attention and you focus on something else, that what you want to create, and the future, I don't know if it exists. I mean, in a way that we are always creating and creating and creating.
There.
So
the
it's the present
child.
moment. It's going to create something. It's going to change all the time. And you have to be open for the change.
Yes.
Huh?
And then also a bonus added is we lose the aging aspect.
Oh, totally.
Okay, we can talk about that on the next one.
Perfect. So, hey, that was super nice. Merci.
I loved it. Ben, bienvenue, ma belle. Ça me fait plaisir.
Tellement.
Je t'aime de tout mon cœur.
Yes! Et si on pouvait mettre de la musique, on en mettrait.
on pourrait chanter.
Okay, so rock and woo, everybody.
We love you. Be good, be kind to yourselves, and we'll catch you all either on my or Nathalie's channel in the very near future. I'm not used to adding someone else to my end logo. Okay, so rock and roll. We love you back. Ciao, babies.
Bye-bye.